We're here today at the Morningside Nature Center, covering flatwood forest communities. These communities are pretty dominated by pine trees, at least in the overstory. As we can see, there's saw palmettos back there, there's wiregrass, some other shrubs and stuff. But the overstory in this particular location seems to be mostly longleaf pine. There's some slash pine here and there. The soil in these areas is characterized by the spodic horizon. The top layer will be, obviously there'll be pine needles and stuff like that right now unless they've burned away. But then there'd be sand, and then there'd be a layer of darker soil. It would probably have more organic matter, some other things in it. And then underneath that would be more sand, probably. The hydrology of the area would be characterized by its poor draining because of that spodic horizon. Water doesn't seep through it so readily. And topography is fairly flat, so it doesn't really have anywhere to run off to so much. So there's seasonal flooding potentially in these communities, and also definitely seasonal droughts. So those the flooding and the droughts are potentially a disturbance for these communities if the trees can't handle the inundation with water, or they just don't have enough water to survive because of a drought. Sometimes the droughts can last for years potentially. Another really notable disturbance of this community is of course fire. As we can see, looks like a tree was struck by lightning, and it was a small fire, but yep. The longleaf pines tend to handle the fire a bit better. After they're 2 years of age, they really are very fire resistant. Slash pines are a little less so, and then the loblolly pine are not very fire resistant at all. They burn very readily, and that's why they don't do so well in these communities. If they don't have the regular fire intervals, potentially the loblolly pines could come to dominate because they grow so much more quickly, but they can't handle the fires. So to manage these areas, it's important that there are frequent fires every few years to prevent intrusion by other hardwoods and the loblolly pines. Also, the regular fires kind of help keep, once there is a fire, it from being so severe that it destroys everything, even the mature trees and stuff. If it's a low intensity fire, like a controlled burn or just a regular fire every couple of years, it probably won't kill all the mature trees. It'll leave them behind, and then the understory can have its succession, I suppose. The overstory is generally dominated by slash pine. Like I said, here a lot of longleaf pine. There's pretty much no midstory to speak of, but the understory has lots of different kinds of herbs, grasses, and shrubs. Wiregrass, saw palmettos, cabbage palm. Some other plants you might find here are Brazilian pepper, Chinese tallow, both of which are invasive. Some other things would be dogwood, gallberry, hawthorn, laurel oak, water oak, persimmon. Like I said, loblolly pine can exist here. Slash pine, longleaf pine, wax myrtle, and yep. We're back here to this little fire again. Looks like this fire was pretty well contained.